Hi there and welcome to my channel. This project is for the Altenew June 2019 release of the new dies. There's such good, beautiful dies that you can choose from. And this is, they're having a block up to celebrate and also some giveaways. So I'm taking part of it and I'm always excited to play with Altenew products because I love them. So for this particular block up, I was sent all the dies and there's great ones. You're going to see that I'm going to use if you go on my blog, I use pretty much all of them but one, but you're going to see it coming up in a project in the near future. So what I'm going to use for this particular project is the Dainty Blooms cover die, and that's one of the favorites. I think that as soon as I saw the catalog, I wanted to play with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a layout for my little family album, and the album is from Citrus Biscuits. It's the size of a traveler's notebook, but in a ring binding version. So what I'm doing right now is I know I want to cover one of the sides of my little album with the cover die. So I want to create kind of a cover page. And I know my album is 4¼ by 8¼ the size of a standard traveler's notebook, but the die cuts shorter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to part cover half of it, the die pretty much, and then turn the page around and cover the part. So to do that, all I'm going to do is make sure that I shimmy the part that I want to cut between the two pieces of plastic and then leave the rest, making sure that nothing, like, it doesn't press when I put it through my die cutting machine. So you saw that the first part I put it through, and then I'm just setting everything to cut the second part of my page. In this case, the only thing that is the centers don't match, but I'm okay with that because this is when the picture is gonna go. So when I play with the die, I make sure that I placed it in a way that is gonna give me very little how do I say it? You're not gonna see that many holes in between. There's only a little few pieces of paper that are gonna be left behind, and I'm okay with that. So once that I have that in place, it took no time. These layers took no time because the dies are gonna do a lot of the work. I had already cut the papers to fit my little paper, and you're gonna see that even though I flipped the die, you don't see much of the, I'm gonna say, the gap that it formed in between. So now I already covered the one page. That's, like I said, the die did a lot of the work for me. So for my other side of the page, I want to use the die again. So my idea is I'm going to create a pocket using a piece of the die. So I'm cutting another piece of the paper, and this paper is from the Live Your Dream collection. I love the colors. But once I put it, I know that I cannot just stitch it to the paper. There's too many holes in it. So I'm going to create a pocket made out of vellum. So I want the translucency of it. And so for that, all I did is cut a little piece of vellum. And all I'm doing is just using my little scoring board just to create. I'm going to sit around a 3x4 card, maybe a little bit smaller. I'm going to use a tag to add all my lines to journal. So you're going to see all I'm doing is just creating a pocket. There's a few cut files that you can use to create that. I think because I do this a lot for my traveler's notebook, I just eyeball it and then I create the tag to fit the project. But all I did is just kind of measure the size of the tag, then make sure that I cut enough paper plus I'm gonna say 1/4 to a 1/2 inch extra, double the width, and then just fold it so that the fold is at the back, like a gate fold at the back, and then just create the little fold at the bottom. Once I have that in place, I'm just going to use the little piece that I cut with the die just to cover the pocket. I'm okay if it doesn't I'm not gonna, I was thinking about just wrapping it around the entire pocket, but I know it's gonna make it really bulky, one thing, and I really don't think I need that much. So all I'm gonna do is just kind of glue it straight onto my pocket. I'm making sure that everything is secure, and you're gonna see that once I've glued everything, I'm just gonna go ahead and cut the excess. And that was as simple as it took. All I'm gonna do is I do have a pocket punch, and I think it's from Weird Memory Keeper. So I'm gonna use it just to create the little notch at the top of the pocket, just to make sure that it reads as a pocket. But that's about it. That's about it. Super simple. I love how easy this was to put together. And like I said, my first idea is I wanted to have white cardstock in the background. It's just gonna, but I keep looking. I think I need to bring a little bit of color on the other side. So once I glue my little die panel, in this case looks like lace, I'm just gonna glue it straight to the left hand side of my layout. And then I went off camera and just went through all the papers that I have, and I found this one from the Reflections collection. It has like a watercolor look of a branch, so I just cut a piece to fit the size of the little paper that I have on my background, just because I wanted to bring some of the red. I think it's just so stark, it's too white. So I cut another piece of paper, like I said, from the Reflections kit. You're gonna see that I bring it right now. And I also typed my lines of journal on my typewriter. It created the tag to go in the little pocket. So now that I have everything, I'm just gonna start embellishing, and it's gonna take literally no time to build this. So first things, I gotta build a title. So I'm gonna use the new nesting labels dies, and I love the fact there's a set of graduating dies, and also the fancy hello die. These are all from Altenew. The labels are actually part of the new release, and I'm gonna cut them to create my title. So my idea is I'm gonna cut the word hello. That's gonna be part of the title, and also the label. I'm just gonna ground some of the stamping in it, and also ground my title on top of the pocket. At the same time, I cut a few more of the smaller labels just to help me embellish the page. So now to create my title, you're gonna see right now, I'm gonna bring in, this is the Wonderland stamp set, and I love the fact that it says hello Starshine. That's the sentiment that I want to use, but I'm only gonna add the ink to the Starshine, and I'm using the new Obsidian Black ink. Is the pigment ink from Altenew. You have to buy it. Honestly, if you can get it, it's an amazing ink. It's waterproof. It's crisp. It stamps clearly, easy to use, and I love it. So as you can see right now, I really like it. So what I'm doing right now is just once I stamp my sentiment, I'm gonna glue the little die that I created with the fancy hello die set, and then I'm just gonna glue it onto the pocket, and that's gonna pretty much take care of the right hand side of the layer. You're gonna see that right now all I'm gonna do is punch the little hole to create my little tag. I'm gonna make sure that I put like a little accent, and this is just those page protector rings. I don't know how you call them, and that's just gonna bring a little bit of that yellow color. You're gonna see that I'm gonna try to stay kind of color match or color block, sorry, my details on the page and also on the embellishments. So that's why I added like that greenish kind of yellowish tone on the ring. Now I'm gonna use those small little labels that I created just to add more emphasis or to decorate the little clusters. I'm bringing one of the sentiments from this is the foliage, flower foliage release that was a couple months ago, and I just love the fact that it stay awesome. And this layer is all about my daughter. After getting a haircut, she cut around 6 inches of her hair, and I just want to celebrate it because she's brave enough to do that. Again, I don't mind hair. I think it's up to you. It's gonna grow back, but she went drastically with it. So I just took a few pictures of her, and this is one that I'm documenting. So you're gonna see that, like I said, I'm trying to keep it very color block. I'm adding some of the enamel dots from Altenew. I just added a few black stickers just to matching the colors that I have on the layout. I have a black and white picture. I have my titles made out of black. So just a few stickers that I had in my stash, and I'm just adding some of the enamel dots just to match the colors that I have from the paper. This, like I said, this paper came from the Live Your Dream collection. Sorry, then just gonna to repeat the elements and to just bring a little bit more emphasis to the little title. I'm just gonna add a few a few enamel dots just in that grayish tone that I have there, and some black. I'm gonna add a piece of string just to make sure that it reads as a tag, and you can pull it out to read what it says. So like I said, it's all about my daughter's haircut. And after that, I'm just gonna use the Altenew rotary stamp, the date stamp, sorry, just to add the stamp at the bottom of the pocket, and that's about it. Super simple. This layout took no time to put together, and it's because the die is doing a lot of the work, and I love how this turned out. I love the color. I love the intricate detail, all the details are in the little pocket and in the background, and I don't want to add much more to it because it's going to hide a lot of it. So I want to make sure that the die, like I said, is doing a lot of the work for me. And I hope you try any of these ideas. Are you inspired to look at the die? If you have any questions about any of this, don't hesitate to contact me. Make sure you check my blog for a few more projects that I created and to join in the giveaway. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in a little bit.